What's good? What's good? It is fantastically beautiful out here in the Pacific Northwest. No day labor today, unfortunately. There was a miscommunication somewhere. I dislike it when my weekdays, when I don't have day labor, but it is what it is. I'm still blessed in a lot of ways and other ways in my life right now, and I need to focus on that, and I need to remember that. Yesterday's video was very melancholy, and at times I do think I can be kind of pathetic, and I acknowledge that, but I really, need to also be honest and authentic, and I am struggling, and I don't know what to do, and it sucks at times, but I'm trying to just, have an attitude of gratitude and remember I'm blessed in other ways. Particularly, like, I just like the way this is framed, this little beautiful tree back here through my rear view, or through my rear window. Anyways, let's get on to the subject of today, the riots. If you have been following this channel for a while, all 12 of you, you already know that not everything is a psyop, but most things are. Check the link in the description below to get your shirt today, because I think we need to break the spell. That came to me somewhat recently, that concept, we need to break the spell for people who are capable of being awakened. And I hesitate to use the word awakened because there's like some frilly spiritual connotations to it, and it's very convoluted. The new age community has a lot of cult leaders. They have a lot of crazy conspiracy theories. It's unfortunately the well has been poisoned, but I still think it's a good sort of word. We need to awaken the people who are ready to be awakened, and one way to do that is through stultification. I like that word. Sort of a shock to the system. And that's what this shirt is specifically designed to do. And I want to create more and collaborate with more people, because we can do this. We can break the spell. I've experienced many conversations with people who are wanting to wake up, but they just need some help, and we all have needed help in different ways in our lives, so there should be no judgment here. However, did I already talk about the riots? Yeah, that's what I was originally wanting to talk about, and how we need to embody and embrace that mentality that not everything is a psyop, but most things are. Within the current riots that are going on, this is kind of a little bit of what I see. There are absolutely some paid actors in addition to useful idiots. The paid actors are there to manage and lead the useful idiots in their destruction and destabilization efforts. And it's not, everybody likes to say Soros, George Soros. He might be involved, but it's above him, and maybe not even above him, but it's part of the network, the group of people, the elites, as I call them, because it's the aristocracy. Maybe I'll start using that word more, because it's less the elites and the globalists. Alex Jones. It's so unfortunate that a lot of my language overlaps with his, but I do not support Alex Jones, for the record. You can just look at history and see how throughout history the aristocracies have manipulated the masses in the favor of them and their friends. And so they use these demonstrations and these movements, like BLM, for example, who is on record admitting she is a trained Marxist. So she was groomed to be the person that she is in a lot of ways. And she's also, if you still support BLM, look at how much money the leaders of that organization have embezzled, and then just, make up your own conclusions. Community action, community activism, local action is truly where we should be focusing our efforts. And so I always do encourage people to look at the mainstream to see what they're trying to sell you, what narrative they're trying to form, craft, or direct or redirect. Psychological operations include literal acts of terror, but then also propaganda, mind control. And I was talking to my barista, a barista that I see often. I have little spots I go to, and I like going there because I like having conversations with people. I spend a lot of time alone, which I also do relish my alone time, but I do really enjoy some good human connection as well. I was talking to her, and God damn it, I just smoked a joint. I'm sorry. I love smoking joints by the ocean. It's so beautiful out here. Okay, but anyways, I was talking to her about the fact that there are people who were close to waking up or who want to wake up. I kind of started the video talking about that, but they need some help. And one thing that we should keep in mind as we move together, as we work together to bring about this new earth that is being talked about, is that we need to focus on the people who are ready to be woken up, and stop giving your energy to people who cannot be reached. That's self-care. When you encounter someone, and if you're not really an energetic person, I don't think you have to be an energetic person to just to be able to recognize resistance. And when I say resistance in this fashion, I mean like conversationally. When someone is very hostile or defensive, that is their cognitive dissonance pushing them to resist the new information being provided to them that would shatter their world view. It would shatter their paradigm. And I think that is a big reason why people are still struggling to accept the fascism word, partially because the stupid fucking Antifa people are literally calling people who think children should not be given puberty blockers Nazis and fascists. So Antifa and the far left progressives have really muddied the water of what fascism actually is. The cooperation of the government and the corporations to consolidate control and power and resources is essentially fascism. It's also communism in a sense as well, or there's the overlap. See, I make this joke. The only difference between fascism and communism is one uses sunshine and rainbows, and the other uses nationalism and patriotism to accomplish their objectives. But their objectives are both a very centrally planned economy, which is very bad for everyone, in my personal opinion. But that cognitive dissonance is preventing a lot of people from accepting that we're dealing with fascism in America in 2025. And I think there's even, I'll wrap up here. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out the merch store. It would really help me to expand my reach if you could, share the video, share the merch. I don't want to become rich. I mean, I do want to become well off, but I'm not doing this for riches. I'm doing this for the mission of building the new earth. And so last point here, fascism. I think because so many people fell into the matrix, as I call it, we a lot of us fell into it. And I say that intentionally to absolve us of a little responsibility, though we do have to accept responsibility. But a lot of us, iPhones, I think really when iPhones took off is when the Matrix hit full steam ahead. A lot of us just fell into this toxic society as a result of technology. And technology has really disconnected us from our empathy. And I think that disconnection from empathy prevents people from seeing fascism. Because if you are truly in your empathy as a human, and you see the homelessness and the addiction and the people in prison for simple things like marijuana, and you see them trying to force a experimental drug into your body, and when you see all of these things, the prison industrial complex, the crazy taxes, the inflation, central banking, the Patriot Act, and then also this new database that they're trying to build, when you're disconnected from your humanity and your empathy, you don't see the authoritarianism for what it is. And I think as more and more people regain their connection to their communities and to themselves even, because if you're not in your empathy, you're not fully living as a human. If you're not feeling those emotions that you should be feeling, and you're not transmuting them, you're not living the human experience. This is a bit of a longer video. Thank you for watching. But that's really something to think about is if you're suppressing emotions, and the Matrix makes it easy to do that with the various distractions in drugs, in video games, in porn, in food. Our bodies, our minds have been hijacked. And when you acknowledge that's what has happened, and you acknowledge that you're not living in your humanity fully, you start to see the ways that you are being controlled without even realizing it. If you have an addiction to food, you're being controlled. If you have an addiction to anything out in your... Well, I'm gonna end the video here. It's a really long one, but I think I said some good things. Thank you very much. Have a good day.